Funding for your career is provided by
Miller Media Group. Education for life.
The trees cry out to you. The waters in the seas bow humbly to you. Can you hear it? It's worship. Your creation praises you. Hear the sound that's all around, and all you made, praises found. Your creation praises you.
I'm Sam Tritico, your host for this edition, and today our guest is Eddie Tucker. So sit back and listen to some wonderful Christian music.
My life is like a river flowing through the sands of time. Like a rocket out of space, solar winds to my petals of fly. I'm on a staircase, knocking on heaven's door. Wants to be a millionaire, I got a million questions and more. So I just wanna know if she's gonna be as beautiful as she is now. I just wanna know if she's gonna have that little girl smile. You know the one. And even though it ain't always fireworks, like a 4th of July, if I had to choose, I'd do it all again with you. Come on, baby, would you do it with me? Hey, baby, would you do life with me? Say, baby, would you do it again? Yeah. Television. Everybody's got a story to sell. Heard the preacher man say life's a choice between heaven or hell. I really don't know much about here and now or the afterlife. I gotta keep my head in the game. Let's get it started. There's a party tonight. Yeah. Whoa. I just wanna know if it's true that everybody's young over there. I just wanna know if it's true that some angels have light in their hair. And even though Rome wasn't built in a day, still have to say, if I had to choose, I'd do it all again with you. Come on, baby, would you do it with me? Yeah, baby, would you do life with me? Say, yeah, baby, do you do it again? Here we go, let's take it to the A6. Come on, baby, take my hand. Let's walk on the celestial. You were mine, forever true, and I am yours. I'm so easy. If it comes to you, I don't even need a reason to take my hand. Let's walk on the celestial shores. You were mine, forever true, I am yours. I'm so easy. Woo! Come on, baby, would you do it with me? Baby, would you do life with me? Say yeah. Baby, would you do it again? Come on, one more time. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, 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 yeah. I just want to know if heaven is anything like you. Yeah. I just want to know if heaven is anything like you. If I had to choose, I'd do it all again with you. Yeah, yeah. I just want to know if heaven is anything like you. Yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. I just want to know, yeah. If I had to choose, I'd do it all again with you. Yeah. I just want if heaven is anything like you.
I am Sam Tritico, your host for today, and this is Eddie Tucker, our guest.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Sam.
So, well, that was fun.
Indeed. Thank you for having me.
Love those chord changes in that song, and
Thank you, man.
followed most of them.
No, you did wonderful for having never heard it before. That's awesome.
Wow. It's a great song,
Thank you so
and
much.
looking forward to hearing some more of your music. And
My pleasure.
we've worked together in a couple of different capacities in the studio and stuff, but
My pleasure.
I've actually never heard your music before today, and I'm loving it.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to have the opportunity.
So tell us a little bit about your background and you know how you came to be Eddie Tucker.
Well, what happened was my dad got together with my mom.
It's a good start.
That's a great start. I'm actually from Petersburg, Virginia. I was born and raised there. And there's a lot that goes into, the makeup of, who you are. Not only like your parents, but like, the land that you're from and the music that you hear. And so being raised in Virginia, I've been doing music pretty much all my life. I grew up in the church doing, you can kind of hear the church chords and things going on there. So I grew up, playing gospel music and just listening to music around the house that my mom would play from different artists, and all of that kind of got in my ear and got in my heart and then started to manifest out of my hands.
Were other people in your family musicians? Or?
Yes. My dad is a musician. He's a guitar player, and my dad is 73, and he decided he wanted to play keyboard all of a sudden at the age of, I think, 53, and he learned he taught himself. Self-taught musician. My mom is a singer. Beautiful voice. So we were raised with music around the house. Even my stepfather is a piano player. So all that kind of.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, our influences come from not only our family, but the area that you grew up in, and of course, if you're in church.
Yeah.
And, so much of all kinds of music starts in the church, and a lot of people don't realize that. And you have been in Chicago at some point during your career. Now, tell me about Chicagoland here.
Oh, Chicagoland. Yes, Chicagoland. I moved to Chicago when I was 19 years old. Things weren't working out in college, and financial aid wasn't coming through. And so I decided to go to LA to work with a friend of mine, a mentor of mine actually, from LA. I was going to go to Chicago, and I was going to actually, no, that's not how it happened, actually. The way it happened was I actually went with a friend to Detroit. My wife is actually watching this, so honey, please forgive me. But I went to spend Christmas with a girlfriend there in Detroit. Yeah, right. Here comes the testimony part. And so after, hanging out with friends there in Detroit, my mentor, who was in LA, actually moved to Chicago, and I was going to go to LA to work with him, but then he got called to pastor a church there. So I had $47 in my pocket. And he said, I'm in Chicago now, come on over. Like, we'll do studio work, we'll write songs, we'll do all the whole thing. So I bought a ticket for like $43, and that was it.
$4 left to eat on.
$4.30 to be exact.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I got to Chicago.
Yeah, well, musician stories, they're similar in that, not only the church, seeds our musical talent and our desires to play music and to be involved and all that, but then as you know, and I know, and most musicians know, there's some sacrifice along the way.
Absolutely, the dream, the whole quest of it all. It was so strong in me that I didn't have anywhere to live, so it didn't matter as long as I was going to be able to do music.
So now your friend who went to Chicago and you kind of went with him, he was a worship pastor or
He was a musician as well, and actually met him when I was like 15 and played bass on some of his records. And he was a prolific singer-songwriter, evangelist. So he was one of those, hell and fire brimstone preachers.
Oh, well, okay.
But he did it with a swagger. He was kind of smooth because he sang pretty, so people really love.
Get away with more that way.
He'd get away more that way. The charisma, he had that. And so he was very, very influential in getting my chops and learning how to write songs and things like that. Yeah.
Great. Well, how did you get to Florida?
Yeah, Florida. After fast forward 25 years in Chicago, I had gotten to a place in my career and life in general where it was just time. Chicago's a hard place. It's a great place to cut your teeth. It's a great place to develop your art because there are not many outlets. And so the musicians there, Chicago musicians are known all over the world. Oh, yeah. And one of the reasons why is there's so much culture there and so much history. You got Louis Armstrong, you got Quincy Jones, you got Natalie Cole, you got all these influences, Chicago Richard Marx, you've got everybody just right here in this cluster, and they're all just iron sharpens iron, just like everybody's playing and gigging, and nobody has any money, nobody has money, there's no record labels that are like in Chicago that form talent out, so we spent a lot of time, practicing and wood shedding, and so that helped. I finally got to the point where I'd done a few things there, over the course of my career. I had some success there, and it was time to kind of move. And I prayed about it, and I got a call from a pastor here in Florida. He needed a musician, and I'd actually went to Africa with him 2 years prior. And, the stress was, getting to me a little bit. Yeah. And I came to that place, and I felt like God was leading me to a place of rest to heal and restore after all those years and coming through divorce and being on the road with R&B acts and just all of the stuff that happens when you get on a trailway bus.
Yeah.
So at the end of that, we came to Florida and spent about 6 months recovering, from just, there's something about Chicago. They say that, this is not a really good report, but they say that the kids in Chicago actually suffer from the same post-traumatic stress disorder as the kids in Iraq. That's why they call it Chirac. And that affected me greatly, and my back was just kind of whacked. My whole central nervous system was just off the chart, and Florida was the place to come.
Well, is that the church that you're at now, or?
You know what, Maranatha Christian Center, I am not there leading. I'm actually leading at Praise Cathedral, 840 Hollywood, out south in Melbourne. So I'm the praise and worship leader there. Yeah.
I need to come out there sometime.
You need to come and hang out. We have a great time.
Usually committed to playing at my church, one of these times I'm going to go.
You should. It's a great time. Pastor Larry and Robin out there, great folks, and we've been out there about a year and a half now, and so we're very excited about what God's doing there, and we love it. We love the people. Yeah.
And you're still writing?
I am still writing. The song that we opened with was a song I wrote for my wife. I married a year and a half ago, and that song came out of nowhere. I had no idea where it came from. It was just that she inspired me, the beach inspired me, the salt air, the salt water, all the stuff that's Florida, Well,
that's great. Why don't we get you on keyboard and do one of the songs? Why don't you tell us a little bit about the song you're going to do on keyboard?
It's a song called Redemption Song. And I was just thinking of one day I was, just praying and just worshiping God, and the thought came that, angels don't get to sing the song of redemption, even though we join with them in worship, and and I think at times they join with earth in worship. What would it be like to teach angels redemption song?
Wow.
And so
I had never even had that thought.
Yeah. So that's where that song.
That's a great idea. Well, let's hear it.
Song, worthy forever. You redemption song. A chorus resounds throughout the ages for the fame of you. Victory song, freedom from the grave, our hope and truth. My heart will sing, my praise will rise far above horizon skies. You are the one my heart sings. Oh, my redemption song. You are my redemption song. Oh, so let the praise rise as beauty collides. Let heaven come down as we are enthralled. Let beauty rise, heaven and earth collide as we are enthralled with you. I'd like to teach angels who sing redemption song. Worthy forever, you are the origin of one. So my heart will praise, my heart will praise, far above horizon skies. You are the one my heart sings for. You are my redemption song. You are my redemption song. You are my redemption song.
So what are you doing with your writing? What are you doing with these songs?
Well, you know, I've just come to place, Sam, where I just kind of felt like, you know, I have all this music sitting on my hard drive, and it's just not, you know, no one's experiencing the blessing of it. Yeah. And I just felt like Holy Spirit was saying, hey, look, you know, in order for me to get the glory, people are going to need to hear this, you know. And so what I've been doing lately is just you know, posting music online and sharing with people the songs that God gives me, you know. And so a couple of projects that we have coming up, I actually released a single. It's called The Sound, and it's a song that talks about the year of Jubilee, and that's a time when debts were canceled, you know, in the Old Testament and things like that. And in the Jewish faith, there's a time where people who were serving debts, they would get, you know, kind of go free from that. And so the sound of freedom is really what that song's about. So that's now in iTunes, and I released that May 5th. And so we're excited about it. It's going well, getting some airplay around the country.
Tell us about the next song.
The next song is called The Art of Healing. My wife, my lovely wife, is working on a book that deals with post-abortive recovery. And she's been working with Orlando Baptist Pregnancy Center, helping to bring women through the process of healing who have come from that place in their life and their walk. And this song, The Art of Healing, is a song that we're actually going to produce to accompany the book. And so something that we feel very, very passionate about and feel God's heart that there's a lot of healing that needs to take place. So that's where this song comes.
Absolutely.
Feels like I'm breathing for the first time, standing on the edge of night. Can you feel my pain? Feeling so invisible right now. Your love like a flaming arrow, a brushstroke of genius across the stars. Do you know my name? love is like gold. Oh, oh. Love is like gold. Your love is like art healing me. You are the very best parts of me. You're one and the same, like crystal clear waterfalls in my soul. It's getting easier to fall now. I'm fighting a losing battle. Though broken, I've chosen perfection in motion. Can you make me your masterpiece? Your love is like sunlight shining through the windows of my soul, painting of a future now, like a hurricane blowing through my hair. A beautiful reflection in the mirror, staring back at me. Love is like art healing me. Yes. Love is like God healing me. Yeah. Your love is like Your love is like Your love is like Your love is like art healing me.
And you have a website where people can go? And,
Yes, EddieTuckerMusic.com.
That's easy to remember?
EddieTuckerMusic.com, yeah.
Yeah.
If they'll go there, they'll be able to find it. It'll direct them to other places that they can actually get the music, so yeah.
Cool. Well, you got another one you want to do on guitar?
Sure. Absolutely, I'd love to.
What are we going to do?
This song is called Run With My Heart,
Key of...
key of E.
Okay.
Make me beautiful so that they will know what you look like. Make me holy so that they can see the way you see me. Make my voice clear so that they can hear it right the first time. Yeah. Make my arms big so that I can hug the world. Yeah. Away, away with me. Away with me. Away, away with me. Run with my heart. Make your footprint so deep within the sand, I get lost in your tracks. May the sound of your heartbeat so loud, yes, drowning out the noise. Make my tongue to taste the sweetness of your name, thirsting for more and more. Feel me from the inside out, change water into wine. Oh, away, away with me. Away with me. Away, away with me. Run with my heart. Run with my heart, so free and strong. Run with my heart to where you belong. Run with my heart to my arms. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Run with my heart, so free and strong. Run with my heart to where you belong. Yes, run with my heart to my arms. Yeah, yeah. Running back to me, make me beautiful, so that they will know what you look like.
Beautiful.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I figured I wouldn't play on that one. I wasn't adding anything, and it was just sounding perfect to me like it was.
Oh, man, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Eddie, for joining us today.
Thank you, Sam.
I'm Sam Tritico. Until next time, we'll see you then.
More information about this program is available online at millermediagroup.org. Funding for your career is provided by
Miller Media Group. Education for life.